Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 90 days hot sizzling summer hot teas. Glad you're with us. We're going to go ahead and get started, jump in with our big group huddle today. And today we're going to actually be focusing on two areas of your business that you can have complete control over. And these areas actually will have an end result of success, not only for you, but for your life and your future, and of course your Arbonne business. And so I love things that we can control, right? This is going to be a good time to share. Next week, we're going to be having our small group huddles where we get to have our share time and definitely learn from one another. So I'm excited about next Monday and what that means to each of us. But what I want you all to really see is through this journey of 90 days, and even in our journey with our entire 90-day group focus, you're learning how to grow your business, but you're also learning to grow yourself in the process. And I want to just really encourage you to continue to stay the course. Arbonne is a business, and I totally respect our business model, respect our company, respect our business at the highest degree. But it also is an opportunity, guys, just because you're a part of something like this, a part of Arbonne, you will be growing yourself in the process and becoming a better mom, better wife, all of those different essential hats that we all wear. So that's exciting to know that, yes, we're working a business, but we're working on really making the best version of ourselves. So over these next 90 days of success, we're continuing to hold close to our systems. We're holding close to the things that we know are duplicating and creating some business growth. Those systems include the coffee date text verbiage or the three-way text verbiage. We're also staying very close to the getting started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our new business builders that are coming in, because this is allowing us to help them get business builders to start with them in their first month. It helps them to see the bigger vision, and maybe as they bring on new people to join their business through this text verbiage, it's going to allow them to have a bigger vision and for them to stay longer. So continue to work the text verbiage for yourself and for your team. So today, guys, I just want you to really understand my heart. I have prayed heavily over this message today. I started the preparation and really diving into it yesterday afternoon and really just pouring out my heart to God and asking Him to help me help you. And I hope that today some of you will capture some of the different points that are meant for you. And you will know if it's meant for you by the different things that touch your heart through this time that we share together. So our 90 days of consistency is truly showing you the results of being consistent in your business. But we're also figuring out being consistent is hard. It is hard to do. We all have life. We all have obstacles. But we all know that the ones that are successful are those that can maintain those obstacles and those different hard knocks of walls coming up and different things that life throws at them. They can maintain their business with consistency. And I'm going to tell you, there is a great separator in this business. And the ones that are successful are the ones that are absolutely the ones that are consistent. That's why there's always going to be room at the top of this company for more national vice presidents to promote, because not everybody can stay consistent. But if you are that person that can buckle down and really do what it takes, however long it takes to be consistent, you will be part of that group. And then there's that separator, the ones that are really sporadically inconsistent in their business, where they do maybe one event for the whole month. They're going to maintain that stagnant, struggle in their business until they can accelerate into the consistent zone. So consistency, guys, is absolutely the key to your promotion. It's the key to increasing your paychecks, increasing your business growth. And here's even a bigger secret that I hope that all of you get today is that the main thing is you don't need me to be successful. You don't need me. I'm showing up for you and I'm journeying with you, beside you through this entire 90 days, but you don't need me. You don't need me. You have to find it in yourself to do the things in this business with or without me. I'm not with you every single day. I'm not with you every waking moment. I don't know what you do in your dailies. There is one person, though, that does, and it's you. You are the one that has to look in the mirror every day and say, did I do what I was supposed to do to build my business? It's going to take whatever you do in the dailies with consistent effort to get you to the top of this business, to the top of the game. So really, when I look back over my 13 years, I didn't need Carlita Nelson or Martha McIntyre or anyone, for that matter, to push me or to pull me or to remind me to get my 8 events booked for the month or to remind me of what my goals were for the month. They didn't do that for me. And for that matter, I wouldn't expect them to. I have ownership. I have commitment towards my own business. And the only thing that really pushed me when I think about the hard moments in this business, the things that really pushed me was the desired outcome of what I wanted to see happen in my life. I wanted, so very much to be a partner to Robert and a contributor to our future. I very much wanted to create a retirement plan that was aggressive financially for us to be able to be okay. I wanted very much to create college funding for my boys so they didn't have to start out life in debt and be behind in something that they could really create a future with. These are things that were really important to me, and I know you have things that are important to you just as equally important. But I will tell you, my whys they all had faces to them. In the hard times of this business, all I had to do is think about their face and their eyes, and it kept me going and pursuing what I knew could be mine. And the reason why I knew it could be mine is because the evidence is all around us. The rewards of this business is all around us. If so-and-so is doing it, if so-and-so is doing it, and so-and-so is doing it, why can't you? Why can't I? We can if we just do the right things and be consistent. I didn't wait for someone in my 13 years to create a 90 days group. I just completely did the 90-day cycle over and over and over again. I didn't wait for someone to make a phone call or a text to ask me if I got my 8 appointments for the month. I did it because I took ownership and I knew what my whys were. So the point in this is, in our 90 days together, you're going to get inspired. You're going to get inspired, but I want you to know that inspiration without application is going to keep you in frustration. Do you get that? Inspiration without application will keep you in frustration. It's one thing to be a part of our 90-day group, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It's important that you apply what you learn. You have to do your part. You see people in this group having success. You see people outside of this group having success and other teams having success. You have to do your part. I remember hearing this early on, and I so practiced it. Pray like this business is all up to God, but work like this business is all up to you. And I remember, and I still do to this day, everything that I do, whether it be in my leadership, whether I'm going to a presentation or where I'm going to a coffee day, I pray before every single one of those opportunities to get in front of someone. I pray that the Lord will use me and that I will attract business builders and I will attract new team members. I will attract sales. I will attract people that I can help with their health, with the products. I pray like it is all up to God. Just like this training right here has been totally doused in prayer, okay? everything that I do, every Wednesday night training, the book club on Saturday that I was in charge of, everything that I do, I seek the Lord. I ask for him to help me. And I pray like this business success is all up to God, but I work like it's all up to me. You've got to have something to let God work with. You cannot just pray and expect it to be done. You've got to give him something to work with. You've got to give him an opportunity to bless your efforts. And the key operative word there is effort. You've got to do your part. There are parts of this business that you will learn that you will have no control over. No control over. You will only have control over how you respond to the different things that happen to you in this business. For example, things you don't have control over is your cancellations. You can't control how somebody responds to you by text or doesn't respond to you. You can't control who starts this business and who quits this business. You can't control any aspect of those different things that relate to people. I can want this business all day long for you, but I can't want it bad enough for you to do something about it. You have to be the one to do it. And so there are going to be parts of this business that you will have to accept that you have no control over, but there are parts of this business that you have control over, and we're going to be diving into those. One of the greatest things that I feel that we have control over is going to make the biggest difference, not only in your life today in Arbonne, but in your life in general. And let's go ahead and dive in and look at what those two things are that we're going to be really uncovering today in our time together. So one of the things that you have absolute control over is the way that you think. Change how you think. That is going to give you the most control in your business. And then the second thing that you're going to get to have control over in this business is to change what you do. Change how you think, change what you do, and you will have an amazing start to your success. So let's uncover that by letting me share with you points about the right thinking, changing how you think. I can get cancellations. I can't control that, but I can control rescheduling and rebooking that cancellation. So I'm in control. So think about how you think. Do you just accept a cancellation, say, oh, well, maybe next month, or do you go after to try to fix that in your business? It's how you think, how you see things. We need to all expect this business to get messy in the middle while you're writing your Arbonne story. It's what you do in the middle that is what creates the success story at the end. Push through with the right thinking and the right habits to get you past the middle so you can get into the success zone. Usually when we get into these messy areas of business, it's right before a huge, giant breakthrough. It reminds me of Lead Like Jesus, a book that I recently read about Jesus's leadership and how he was talking to his disciples, and he was saying, you need to expect this to happen, and this is going to be hard. You're going to have condemnation over here. He was talking to them about the things that were going to be hard that they were going to face, that he was being honest in his leadership of what to expect. But he also said, keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize. And that's what we've got to do is in the messy times of our business, we've got to keep our eye on the prize and realize that our breakthrough is going to be coming very soon. Jaron, my son, has been on a major health journey. And I asked him yesterday randomly, I said, honey, will you post just your number one success tip of what you feel really helped you during your health and wellness journey? He's lost 60 pounds. And he said, sure. So he sent me a little video. And I'm going to tell you, I did not tell him anything to say, but I will tell you that I know one thing I do notice is children that were raised with Arbonne regurgitate some of the things that we actually have learned the children have learned in their homes. I love looking and watching adult children that are Arbonne children, because the adult children that were Arbonne children were raised with the right kind of thinking, and some of the most amazing things come out into their adulthood. They set goals. They have an instantaneous way of thinking that's very different than other people. And one of the things he said in his health journey, as far as his number one success tip, was don't let your highs get too high and your lows get too low. And I absolutely remember the very moment when Jaron was fighting through this hard wall. His weight loss had stopped, but he had not. He was continuing to eat right and to exercise and do the right things day in and day out, but he was not losing an ounce. And he was getting discouraged, and he was thinking about that so much so that the trainer said, Jaron, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because you're fixing to hit your melt mode. You're fixing to have your breakthrough. And I remember the look in his eye, and it just changed for him. He totally continued to do what he was doing. And then all of a sudden, I kid you not, we got to see him fade away before our little eyes. And seriously, don't let this can apply. Jaron was saying this, and he said that he put a screensaver on his phone. I didn't even know this, and I'm his mama. But he put a screensaver on his phone that said, when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. And my goodness, this is an Arbonne child, right? The highs getting too high, sometimes we can celebrate those so big, and then we get so discouraged on the lows that sometimes it takes us out, and it's right before our big major melt or our big major breakthrough. Vicki, my sister, always has said that there will be times in this business that your business is growing. That's in the high moments. And there's going to be moments in this business where you're growing yourself. You're growing your business or you're growing yourself. And those are the highs and lows that we see. In the highs, guys, that's when things are really working and shaking and doing and going and blowing. And then in the lows, that's when you're getting a little discouraged, like Jaron was in his weight loss. I want to read you something, guys. This is one of my favorite books, Train the Brain. But I want to read you something in relation to this that I feel like we need to know. We cannot run this business, nor any business, on emotions. You cannot run a business off of emotions. Like, I don't feel like this. I don't feel good today about this. I'm discouraged. I'm disappointed. Oh, I'm frustrated. You cannot run a business like that. Oh my gosh. Think about how silly that is if you were, like my eye doctor today, if she was feeling discouraged because some people canceled today on her. I mean, when you put it in perspective like that, it is really sort of goofy, okay? So let's start talking about that in what the Train the Brain says. He says, those just starting out in a business like Arbonne, they get their business card and they get extremely excited about their Arbonne business. Then as they start to talk to people about their new business, they get a few rejections and they just quickly become discouraged. Then a few days later, they meet up with someone who buys the product or books an appointment. They're happy again. This is really serious. But then the next day, they have a product returned or a cancellation, and the next thing you know, they're frustrated again. Then they might attend a live motivational training call or a seminar and leave feeling confident, recharged, and positive. But after several disappointments over the coming weeks, they feel down again, up and down, up and down. The events are quite common for entrepreneurs trying to get their business off the ground. But the roller coaster of emotion arising from these different things can be a lack of intentional thinking. A lack of intentional thinking is when you're simply looking for cues or waiting to react to a various event in your life rather than being proactive and generating or producing a thought from within, which creates a positive emotion. Do you get that? The lack of intentional thinking is when you're looking for cues or waiting to react to an event that is happening. But merely reacting to events rather than taking initiative with more proactive thinking, your thoughts and emotions will always mirror what's happening around you. And then it says, intentional thinking is one of those things that by trying to take control of your own thoughts and emotions rather than automatically reacting to every random event coming in your life, you will gain control over your life. You'll get back to ruling your own life, your business, with much quicker and faster results. All this makes for a stable foundation from which to build your strong and financially thriving business. You will see dramatic and positive shifts in your business simply by taking control of your thoughts and your emotions. So true. The only limits, guys, that we set on our business and our prosperity in this life is the limits that we set on ourselves. If we just believe that we're designed to go back and forth to work, back and forth to work, to not gain any more finances or financial abilities in our life, then that is what will happen to you. You have got to think different. You've got to be different. You've got to recognize and be proactive when you're thinking those thoughts. Our minds are so incredibly powerful. The road to success, guys, it begins and it ends in our minds. The real world, with every area of life that you want success, the real road to that success in your marriage, in your parenting, in your business, it's all an area of control through your own actions and your mindset. We bring success to us by having the right kind of thinking. Anyone, guys, can have success in this business. It doesn't take someone special, but it does take someone with the right kind of thinking. The ability to do what it takes to get to success, how we think, is literally what we will do. So if we're thinking bad thoughts, then we're not going to do anything for our business. If we're thinking positive thoughts, we're going to be in action. So combine your thoughts and your feelings with action, and it will result in success. Thoughts and feelings coupled with your action positive results, it will breed success. And you need to go out expecting. You need to go out expecting to get business builders this week. Go out expecting to get sales. Go out expecting to get bookings. Go out expecting to get appointments. Go expecting. Every single day when you wake up, ask the Lord, who is it today that I get to go and sign up with my business? Who's going to be my business builder, Lord? Show me the way. Bring them to me. Let me go and find them. But be expecting. Your thoughts in your brain will always drop into your unconscious, and then it becomes your belief system. So if you're saying things that don't serve your life, like, oh, I cannot get a booking, oh, cannot find anyone to do this business with me, guess what? What you think about, you bring about. And you will get that result. You will not find business builders. You will not find bookings. You have to get your thinking right. Your own mind will agree with you every single time. So if you tell your mind the right stuff, it's going to agree. If you tell your mind the wrong things, it's going to agree with you there too, and you're going to stay in that place. So be very, very conscientious about that. We have things in place, guys, to continue to stimulate your personal growth and to keep your head strong. What are they? They're things that you can control because you can choose to be on them or not. Personal development by reading or listening to Audible books while you're going back and commuting back and forth to work. Your Wednesday night calls, your training calls on Saturday with the book club. These are things that are in place for you to develop your mindset and develop your thinking in the right way. The other thing that is very important also is the gold card mantra that we can do every day. These are things that you can train your brain with and reverse the negative world around you with thoughts that don't serve you. So here's the gold card mantra. Some of you know what this is. We did a retreat not too long ago. This is a thing that I put in my notes on my phone. You can take a screenshot of it if you've not seen that before. And literally you're supposed to recite that 5 times a day for 30 days in a row. And what it does is it helps to kind of readjust your belief system. It helps you to recapture the right thinking so that it drops into your belief system, and it helps you to get on that path. And things start really lining out to come your way by doing that. So that's a mantra that you can say. I set my phone alarm 5 times through the day to recite that so that it would continue to be something that I just was hanging on and clinging on to really reverse my thinking and to get myself in right alignment. So the second thing that we want to talk about is changing what you do. This is another area that you have full control over. You may be doing some of the right stuff in your Arbonne business, no doubt, but you're probably just not doing enough of the right stuff. And that's where you have to really look at what are you doing and how much are you doing. This entire 90 Days group is teaching you healthy success habits to apply to your business. Apply is the operative word there. You must apply what you learn to be able to get the success that you want. You have to get to the point of making a conscious decision to not accept some bad habits in your business. You're going to have to get to the place where you make like a conscious contract with yourself that says, I will not accept a sporadic, inconsistent business. You have to get to that place where you're saying, I will not accept, putting life obstacles before my business. I will be doing this with my business, prioritizing my business, learning to do life with my business. And you will need to make a contract that you're not going to be a sometime girl. I'll work this business sometime when it's convenient. You have to really stay steady. Why in the world would you give 40 to 50 hours a week to somebody else who's living their dream when you won't even give that to your own business for your own dreams and your family's dreams? Think about that for a second, because really that's what you're doing. You're trading time for somebody else's dream. Why not put time and energy into your own individual business to create the life that you want? Realize that your success is all in your dailies. We have systems proving successful for multiple teams in Arbonne whom are promoting RVPs and MVPs, and this is what makes teams different, is their level of consistency each person shows in their business. So the question is, have you implemented the 3-way calling text verbiage? Have you implemented the coffee date text verbiage? Have you implemented the swing by verbiage? Have you implemented the getting started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with every person that comes into your business so that you can have intentional success? Because if you're just getting people started and not literally taking them all the way through the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are not duplicating your efforts. You're not doing what's working. When you do this business by yourself, you're adding. When you do this business with other people on your team, you are multiplying. Which do you want? Which do you want? These systems are all adding duplication and keeping you sharing the business and sharing the products to all of our business. It's keeping you in the most important thing you can do for your business. It's keeping you in doing the one thing that makes the difference in your business. So systems for measuring your consistency is literally just doing the 15 minutes of focus every night, making your list and working your list the next day. It's closing your month on a weekly basis, making sure you're being consistent every week. The law of consistency, John Maxwell tells us, is the most significant law that builds your reputation, that attracts others in your business. It builds your reputation. All paths of success have consistency in them. If you are persistent in your Arbonne business, you'll get there. But if you're consistent, you're going to keep it. Consistency is a prerequisite to excellence, and you can't be excellent without consistency. So the 90-day cycle that we've been through started in June. It gets a little messy in the middle. We're in July. That's the middle. June, July, August. The first month you started the 90 days, you were probably so excited, so ready, yay! And then you noticed, oops, wow, it's a little harder than I thought. And then you got a little messy here in the middle of July. And you're wondering, Is this going to work? And I want to tell you, you can always get your business. Arbonne is the most forgiving business model I have ever seen because it never fires you for not doing what you need to do. Instead, it inspires you with all the success you see around you to do what you need to do. And what I want to encourage you to do is just get back on track. Get back on track during the mess, in the middle of the mess. Be a hot mess. I don't care. Be a hot mess. Get back on track and make your third month be one that shows up with all of your results. Now, there was a post that I posted on our nation's Facebook wall, the story of Cecilia Stoll. She's the #1 top income earner in all of Arbonne. And she had a story, and it's very inspiring. And she was talking about how you should stay the course and work with consistency. Keep going until. She has always been noted for that. She has been in the business 25, 27 years now. And she has always says, you keep going until. And what until means you get there, wherever that is that you want to go. These are her words, and she says that is evidence of a decided heart, is when you work it until you get there. Now, one of the things that I want to share with you is what she showed in her web stats. These are her her sales that she showed in her business. You know, in July of 91, she was doing $1,000 in sales. All right, most of you have passed that. April of 92, 1 year later, she was doing 3,000. Woohoo! I bet she was thinking she was hot stuff, right? October 93, she was doing 10,000. 3 years in the business she took to get to area manager level. But then in August of 94, she hit region. In October, 3 years later, she hit nation. And in 01, she hit 765,000. So you're looking at what is that? 5 more years of working consistently, and then she hit 765,000. In March of 2002, 1 year later, she hit 816,000. In March of 03, she hit 3 million with just one promoted out national vice president. What I want to share now, though, is what did her nations look like that she promoted out? She has 10 direct national vice presidents that she's promoted. And I love that she put the year they started and when they went nation. Gina Ballou started in 92. My goodness, it took her 8, 9, 10, 11 years to get to nation. Linda Parker, again, it took her 11 years to get to nation. Kathy Almquist, it took her, 10 years to get to nation. Georgiana, took her 8 years to get, 8 years to get to nation. Deanna Herron, it took her 4 years to get to nation. Donna, it took her, how many years there? 6 years. Trisha, it took her 3 years. Debbie Zinger, took her 2 years. Becky Barnes, it took her 1 year. Janet Flores, 2 years. Everybody's journey is different, but here's the significance of her story. Cecilia started Arbonne in the summer of 1991. She didn't go RVP for another 3 years in 94. And she was working hard and working consistent. She didn't go nation until 97. So basically 7 years since the time she started. She didn't even promote her first MVP until 5 years after that. She was 11 years into her business before she ever promoted a nation. She promoted out 4 direct national vice presidents in year 13. After she joined Arbonne, and 7 years after going nation herself, just 1 year after she got her 4 wide national vice president, she promoted 8. That's the power of momentum and exponential growth that you see with consistent activity. She did not stop sponsoring new people until she promoted out her 6th MVP in March of 2005. Cecilia worked her business, her personal business, continued to do her own presentations, her own personal sponsoring for almost 14 years. 14 years. Are you committed to this for at least 14 years? How about 7? How about 3 years? Her checks today are said to be around $500,000 a month, $500,000 a month. Would you work at something for 14 years if you knew you would be able to make $500,000 a month at it later? All you have to do is keep going, keep swimming, consistently doing your 8 to 12 events per month, share the product, share the business, and you will have those same results. Cecilia committed early in her business to be the last one standing in her business. She said, even if everybody around me quits, I will still be standing. Oh my gosh. Look at her payoff for being a stubborn girl. How many of you can be that stubborn? I can be, and I will be. Are you going to join me? Because I'm going. Are you? This is the story of someone that walked probably through a journey of a lot of hardships, but she kept going. And look at her payoff. Guys, this was her Facebook post yesterday. It was precious to me. So I wanted you to see. Sometimes we come into this business and we're figuring out what our real purpose in life is. And we're thinking, I don't know that it's Arbonne. Why would it be Arbonne? Sometimes Arbonne can be the vehicle for you to live out your purpose. It doesn't come exactly wrapped in the right wrapping that you would think your purpose would be in. But if you think about it, it can be a vehicle to get you to your life purpose. Cecilia stands before us as a world changer. She is doing great acts with her income from Arbonne. She supplies Africa with water. She's built orphanages over there. Many other top MVPs have had success stories like that too, where they have truly changed the world on so many different levels. This is her with a little girl that she met 5 years ago, and she invested in her development. And today, she reports that she is now she's doing amazing in school, and she wants to be a teacher. One of the things that captured my attention in her post, Cecilia, is this last line, and it almost brings me to tears. She says in her last line, she says, I adore her. God is in this business of changing lives, and I love it when he lets me come along for the journey. God is in this business, and he's changing lives, and I praise God every day that he has allowed me to just come along beside this journey. Isn't that amazing? Here's another bigger than us story. 9D Consultants went over to Haiti this week. Vicki and Kelsey are right there in the picture, serving and loving and caring for other people. Many of those people in that picture probably never thought that Haiti was one of their things on their list to do through their Arbonne paycheck. But because of Arbonne's paycheck, it afforded them to be able to go over there and spend their time and their money to make a difference in the lives of others. They're going to be doing Vacation Bible School with the Haiti children. They have fed, I don't know how many families over there. They've built 90 homes already, and they've built a child development center. Guys, the work is huge, and we need to be thinking bigger. We need to think bigger, but we need to start with our thoughts, and we need to put it into our action. I leave you guys with this, with our call to action. Change how you think. Do things that really create the right thinking. Stay plugged into our Wednesday night calls and our Saturday book clubs faithfully without reservation. Set an alarm on your phone. Also do the mantra 5 times a day, 30 days so that you get it, so that you change the course of your brain. The second is change what you do. Do your 15 minutes of focus, create that list and work that list. And then the third thing is stay close to the systems that we've talked about. Close your month on a weekly basis so that you stay on track with your goals for the month. Thank you guys so very much for allowing me this time with you. I went a little bit past our 30 minutes. I won't be apologetic to that because I just wanted God to have his way with us today. And I hope that you guys got something from this message that has been prepared for each of you with lots of love. And I hope that you guys will dream big and think bigger than you ever have. but you'll do the necessary steps to get what you need for your family. There is one thing you can count on in this business, and that will be me. You can always count on me to be here for you, to help you every step of the way. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I can't wait for our small group huddles next week, but until then, I hope to see you Wednesday night. I hope to see you tonight on the Discover call, and I hope to see you on the book club call before we ever meet back up again Monday. Keep your brain engaged with the right kind of thinking and do the things that you know that will produce that. Invite 2 people to join you on the Discover Arbonne call tonight at 8:30. If you have the right belief system, through the eyes of Cecilia's story, through the eyes of the Hades story, through the eyes of all the things that are happening with this amazing business, then you will have people on tonight's call, because your belief system will tell you, I've got to tell everybody I know to get on board with this. I love each of you. You all have a blessed rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.